Howdy guys, welcome back to No Man's Sky, and Dad Guy here. Let's build an activated indium farm. Follow along. Alright, so first things first, let's get on up into the anomaly and buy the equipment that we need to make this happen. Since this is a farm we're building, there are some base components that we need to get prior to that. So let's go check out what those will be. Go ahead and interface with the construction research terminal. And we are going to hop on over to industrial modules. Because the first thing you're going to want to get, obviously you got to start at the top, but we're going to want to get the mineral extractor. And this is what you're going to be scanning for on the planet to extract activated indium. Basically just hammers the ground and pulls it up. If you're going to do oxygen farming, you'll want to get that gas extractor. I typically have the gas extractor and the mineral extractor going on at the same farm, but you don't have to. But you will need supply depots and supply pipe. These mineral extractors can hold a limited amount of minerals on their own, but if you want a large supply, so you don't have to come back every hour to gather everything, you'll need these supply depots. And those can be pooled together using the supply pipe. The pipe has to hook between the mineral extractor and the depot, and then in between depots as well. The mineral extractor is the only thing that requires power. The supply depot does not. You'll also notice in here, we're going to need power for these. So you have the option, you know, the most self-sufficient method is the electromagnetic generator. Those are also things you survey for, and you plop these guys down on those nodes, and it's basically just unlimited, or not unlimited, but just non-stop power. This thing just generates power all day, all night. You can add multiple and link them together and get more and more and more power. Very convenient method. Or you can go the solar panel route and, you know, just like any other base, hook a bunch of those up to each other, hook a bunch of batteries together so that it has enough power to run overnight, do a bunch of math, or throw a bunch of batteries together. It works, it's just inconvenient. I prefer the electromagnetic generator method myself. Okay, so that should be all that you need to build the farm. Extractor, supply depot, pipe, and then some sort of power. You will also need a scanning technology, which I believe you get from over here. Multi-tool research station. And let's pop this guy out. Yep, there it is. So you'll need to get the waveform recycler only because you need to be able to get this survey device. And once you have that, you'll have a new option available in your scanner here where you can press basically switch to a different mode. I believe we have to be on a planet to do that though. So without further ado, let's go find ourselves a planet to mine. Okay, so planets that have activated indium, what you're going to want to do is hop into your galaxy map and find yourself a system that is a blue star system. So kind of hard for me to tell what this is, but I think it's blue. So we are here and we're in a blue star system. So now let's search for a planet that has activated indium on it. And what does this guy have? Activated indium. Okay, so that actually, it does say whether it's activated or not when you actually scan the planet. Good to know. To our torrid planet. Typically the activated indium is on a horrifically bad weather planet. So let's find out what we've got. Okay, we are landing on our torrid planet. And we're just gonna drop down any old place. Any old place that lets us land, that is. There we go. Kind of a neat looking planet. Alright. Okay, so hop on into your scanner, and then it says change survey mode. For controller, it's left and right. So let's hop on over to our mineral. That's the little hammer. Now you'll notice some directional audio going on here. When both of them light up on left and right side, that means you're roughly facing it. And it will continuously guide you towards what you want. Now, also if you notice, on the left hand side, it tells you what class of mineral deposit you're heading towards. In this case, it says potential C. That means it is a C class deposit. Now, that's kind of a horrible deposit. It goes from C, B, A, and then S. C gets you 245 units per hour, whereas an S class gets you 610 units. Think of it as basically the S class is 100% and the C class is 40, and each class goes up by 20% from there. When it comes to the electromagnetic part, I find it doesn't matter that much. You know, even a C or a B class electromagnetic deposit is going to give you tons of power. So we're just going to keep searching for... That's the one that it wanted us to go to. If you just fly away in another direction, you'll eventually get out of range of that deposit, and it'll start pointing you towards a different one. So let's continue our hunt. There were 2 planets in this system that had activated indium. One of them was an ice planet, and one is this high temperature planet. While I was on the ice planet, I spent about 30 minutes and never found anything over a C class, and they were all dioxide. So we're gonna give the hot planet a chance, and coming in hot. All right, let's hop out of our ship and go on the search. All right, well, we just found an A class activated indium, which we are going to utilize. It's the same concept if you use S or A, except S just has a better yield. And since I'm going to go the route of using the electromagnetic power hotspots, I've also discovered that there is a C class electromagnetic power within 300 units of this location, so I can power a single base with both of these spots. So let's go discover that guy real quick. Okay, I am about 150 units away from my mineral deposit, and roughly 150 away from the electromagnetic. So let's go discover the electromagnetic, and then we'll kind of probably pop back into that spot to place our base. Alright, so we are getting close. Looks like it's gonna be right here. And Okay, here we go. Analyzing that. And I know it's only C class, but these electromagnetic power spots are crazy powerful. So we don't need anything insane. But let's just go straight towards our mineral deposit. And at the 150 unit mark, we're gonna plop down our base. Kind of stinks that there's a hill right in between. But here we go. Just pop her down right here. Let's build a base. And base computer right here. Okay, and then let's claim it. Okay. And now let's go put a generator up. And what I think I'll do right now is build a battery just right here. And oops. Then we'll go over to our power right there. And we're going to build on top of it. And I will show you that there are sweet spots. So the field gets stronger and stronger as you get towards the exact center of it. Right now you can see that local field strength 36, 37. It'll go up to 50 because it's a C class. But might as well get the most out of it that we can. And oh, I'm already leaving it. And the sweet spot is roughly, it's hard to get right on it, and it is not exactly where the icon is, but 49% is close enough for me. So let's go ahead and build the electromagnetic generator. Oh, I need chromatic metal. I will be right back. Alright, while my portable refiner cranks away some more chromatic metal, we'll go ahead and pop down our first guy. Let's go into our scanner view, make sure we're still roughly on top. Yep, and that's right under my body is where that counts. So we need to make sure we are planting it roughly right there. Alright, and then we are going to string a power cord on over to our base, which is right over here, and we are going to attach it to our battery that we have set up right there. Okay, and I like to use a battery just so I can kind of monitor how much power is being generated by hopping in there. Grid power charge rate is 147 kps. Alright, now we're gonna go pop our first mineral deposit down. So let's fly over here and get into our scanner. Make sure we're sitting right on top of 80% is right here-ish. Okay, that's fine. Right on that rock. And let's go ahead and build that. Go over to industrial mineral extractor. Oh, I need to grab my chromatic metal. Okay. Keep it going and pop him down right there. And so you'll notice it needs power, of course. And there are different connectors on this guy. This is the pipe, and you use that to connect to your storage units, and then power on the side, of course. And let's head to our base, if I could even find it. There it is. Okay. Let's fly up a bit. Well, we're getting heat damage, but oh well. We're on a mission here. Okay, and then I'll just plop it straight onto that battery. Okay, we are now officially harvesting, and we should be able to see that guy. Oh, we're not. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you'll see it's producing 492 an hour, and it can only store 250 on its own. And that is where these storage units come in. So let's go ahead and build one. And it's called the supply depot. And I typically like to level out some ground, but this is just a concept video. I can show you my final base later. But I will actually set it, because you can run the pipes just as far as you can the electrical wire, so we know that it'll reach all the way over here. So let's go ahead and plop it down right here, and we're going to run a pipe all the way over to our harvester. There we go. Now I can collect what has been generated. The whole thing is pooled together, so the more storage units you connect together, that overall storage number will go up higher and higher and higher. The more harvesters you connect to that storage, the more the extraction rate goes higher and higher, until you're collecting more than you could possibly carry in all your inventory and go sell. So that is really the basics of building an indium farm. And then you just keep expanding, you know, just pop more of these guys down. Costs lots of metal plating, but it is definitely worth it. You can also put a floor down just to kind of straighten everything out a bit. Let's build on that. Pop back into our industrial supply depot, and then you can make everything line up nice and easy. But don't forget, you are going to have to connect them together with pipes. And now you'll see that we have 3250 storage, and it will take 6 hours to fill it at this current rate. Alright, so that is really it, guys. Quick and dirty, and I will I'll bring it to my base to kind of give you a tour of what a completed one can look like. Alright, I will see you there. Okay, welcome to my base. Let's check out the indium aspect of it. So you'll see I have all of my mineral extractors kind of built around that S-class deposit right there in the center. Oddly enough, it was in these right in the center of a Sentinel little special spawn where they had the little depot containers. But I've built them all circling that and then towering on top of each other. And then I have all of my storage containers built in nice grid type structure over here, so I can, I don't know, not go crazy looking at it. Every single one of them's run with supply pipes between each row and down the rows. And basically there's always 310,000 activated indium in my units all the time. I mean, let's collect it. I don't even think I can collect it all. Yeah. Still have 20,000 left in there, but the thing fills up in like 6 or 7 hours. You know, I go to bed for the night and wake up and it's ready to go. And that's it. I mean, one little trick you can do is if you don't want your base right next to all that racket, because those things are loud and shake the camera when you're nearby, you can run the supply pipe over to a storage depot that you just keep right inside your base. And so there's my supply depot. I can activate it and get my indium straight from there. I don't ever have to leave the base. If I do and I want to add some more extractors up there, I built a teleporter pad that zips me up to the top, and then I can add from here. But as you see, the camera is shaky, it's loud as heck. I don't like being over here. So, nice and safe in my base. I failed to mention that most activated indium, if not all of it, located on planets with extreme weather. So you want a base. You don't want to have to deal with all that nastiness out there. So make it comfy. I've made mine into a little chlorine farm. I've got a oxygen supply coming in from another base I built over there. And it's nice and cozy in here. I almost forgot to mention this activated indium. Find yourself a system that buys it and has a positive on the demand, and then be sure that you sell it in the space station to the people at the ships. You do not want to sell it to the galactic terminal, or it will crash the market and you'll have to go find another system that sells it for high. So let's go ahead and sell our activated indium that's in our exosuit here. 289 million units. And then we will sell the stuff that's in our ship for another 309 million units. And I think I just wasted like 200 million by doing that, because I've hit the max amount of units allowed. 4,294. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. Once you have this going, you will not be scared to spend money on anything, because you can always just pick some back up at your base. But yep, that is about it. One last thing. Don't be disheartened when you're searching for activated indium deposits. There are times where it took me over an hour to find an A-class even activated indium. So if you find it, snag it, build your base, start making money. If you feel like you're not making enough, add more mineral extractors. You'll be fine. You know, supplement with chlorine if you need to, and then go on the hunt again if you just absolutely want the S-class. But really all you're saving is metal panels, because you can just add more extractors to your mix and be totally fine. So anywho, that's my final word on that. No more ranting from me. I appreciate you joining me once again, and I will catch you next time.